Good afternoon, friends. This video I'm recording on one of the important and burning issue as on date in GST. We have come to know that department is blocking e-credit ledger of a taxpayer, and this e-credit balance lying in this ledger cannot be utilized with outward tax liability. It is happening because of Rule 86A, which came from 26 December 2019 by notification number 75/2019. This rule has created hue and cry. What is this rule? First, listen carefully. This rule says a commissioner or an officer not below the rank of assistant commissioner who is being authorized by the commissioner, if having reason to believe that registered person who is a recipient has availed fraudulent credit or ineligible credit in five specific given situations, that he has availed credit on the basis of invoice and debit note raised by the supplier, and supplier is found to be non-existent or non-conducting any business from any place for which he has taken registration. Second, recipient has not received goods and services. Third, recipient availing credit on the basis of tax invoice or debit note, but for such tax invoice and debit note, tax has not been paid to the government. Next, recipient is not having copy of illegible document, which is tax invoice and debit note, eligible document for availing input tax credit. And last situation, that recipient who is a buyer availing credit but found to be non-existent or not conducting any business from any place for which he has taken the registration. These are five situations. And if commissioner or any officer authorized by the commissioner, not below the rank of assistant commissioner, having reason to believe, they can block e-credit ledger. Reason to be recorded in writing. Now this can be blocked for a maximum period 1 year unless otherwise revoked. But the practical problem, we have seen unilaterally, without giving opportunity of being heard, without issuing so-called notice, department is blocking this e-credit ledger, and that cannot be utilized for discharging our output tax liability. Question comes, is it not violation of principle of natural justice that such order is being passed, though reason to be recorded in writing, but no opportunity of hearing being given to the aggrieved tax person? No so-called notice is being issued to the taxpayer before passing this order of blocking of e-credit. Rule 86A looks like to me violative of the provision of GST law. Rule cannot override and go beyond the provision of law. I'm giving you two situations. The first one, even though I assume that buyer and recipient has availed fraudulent credit or ineligible credit, then also so-called notice is required under section 74 of CGST Act. Quite simple, आपने बिना so cause notice दिए, बिना opportunity of being heard, you are blocking my e-credit ledger. Another provision which I'm citing, 75 subsection 4 of CGST Act, clearly saying that opportunity of being heard to be given to the taxpayer whenever any adverse decision is being taken against the taxpayer. It is right that whenever you're deciding something contrary, adverse against the taxpayer, You must give me opportunity of being heard. कुछ नहीं, ना हमें हियरिंग के लिए बुलाया जाता है, ना सो कॉज नोटिस दी जाती है. एंड फर्दर आई कैन से रूल 86A ऑल्सो सर्कमवेंट माई राइट टू अपील. जीएसटी लॉ में एक अपील का प्रोविजन है. अगर कोई ऑर्डर पास हो गया और मुझे अगर अपील फाइल करनी है, then I can deposit 10% of my disputed tax under section 107 of CGST Act and then fight out a case. This is my right to appeal. So in case of rule 86A, all these violations are happening. And I know for the reason why it is happening. We have seen a lot of tax evasion cases coming out. In fraud cases, fake invoices. Government is trying to contain them. They are creating these provisions and rules to fight out tax evasion which is happening in the country. But what happening? These rules are going contrary against the provision. And sometimes we have seen it is such a pity situation that a bona fide taxpayer is being charged with blocking of e-credit, and that too unilaterally, without opportunity of being heard, without issuance of so-called notice. My only answer coming out, yes, we understand these rules are being introduced to check tax evasion, no denial, but it should not turn out to be uneach. It is creating complication for the bona fide and honest taxpayer. Government must look into. And these rules need to be tested in the court of law. What is happening? Karnataka High Court has already given interim relief. Gujarat High Court has issued notice against the writ petition filed for the constitutional validity of this rule 86A. This is quite eye-opener. From both sides, department is trying to contain tax evasion, and they are incorporating and inserting such rule which is going contrary and creating the problem of what? Unilateral action taken by the department. Department must give some opportunity of being heard. They must listen to the taxpayer, registered person, recipient who has availed the credit. My only submission, these rules are meant to check tax evasion, but not to create problem, and that too contrary with the provision of law. So constitutional validity need to be tested. My only submission to all the registered person would be, in all such cases, आप अपना एक रिकन्सिलिएशन बनाइए. बनाने के बाद अगर आपके ई क्रेडिट लेजर को ब्लॉक किया गया है, आप डिपार्टमेंट को सबमिट कीजिए. सेटिस्फाई देम. Even if they are not satisfied and unilaterally they are going ahead, then we have got right proposition. And I'm of the opinion, in my humble opinion, these rules are contrary and violative of the basic provision of GST law. We all are looking for GST, good and simple tax. Request government should listen this grievances of bona fide and honest taxpayer. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for number of update on GST. Thank you very much.